Hello Scouts and welcome to Scouting at Home. For today's activity we've got a quick craft project for you that's a great way that you can give back to your local environment also. All you're going to need is a 2-litre plastic milk bottle or something similar and a pencil, and we'll show you how you can make your own bird feeder. Stay with us as we demonstrate it, but you'll also find the attached activity sheet includes a step-by-step guide as to how to make your own, and maybe a few tips and suggestions as well. Good luck and good scouting. For this activity we're going to need a pencil or a stick or a piece of dowel, anything will do, a marker pen, a box cutter or scalpel, some string, and of course a milk bottle. Any size will do. I've got a standard 2-litre here, but you could use a bigger or smaller bottle or any other type of plastic bottle that you might have. Make sure that it is clean inside because we don't want to have any traces of its previous contents in our bird feeder. So to start the activity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cap as a stencil, and I'm going to measure on the side of the box 4 centimetres from the bottom and put a little mark there. And while I'm at it, I'm actually going to measure 2 centimetres up and put a little mark there, and then roll it over, and on the opposite side do the same thing. We want that to be roughly in the middle. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to place my cap on the side of the bottle so that it's sitting against that line there that we made 4 centimetres from the bottom, and I'm going to trace around the circle. This is going to give us a hole that the birds will be able to reach into to take birdseed, but not big enough to climb into, just enough for their head. If the birds in your area are bigger, of course, you may need to adapt the design. I'll put the lid back on since I'm finished with that. Now we're going to use our knife on our marks here just to create a little incision that'll be big enough for our pencil to squeeze into. We don't want it to be a loose fit, we want it to be a really tight fit, so it just needs to be a small incision to start with, and then we can push the pencil in. Next we're going to cut around this circle here. You can cut on the inside or the outside of the circle, it doesn't matter too much. But do take care when you're using a sharp knife to make sure that your hands are well and truly out of the way as you cut. And because the bottle is no longer airtight, it will flex and bend as you cut, so do take care to go slowly and carefully as you go. And the hardest part is matching up your cuts as you come to the end. So sometimes it doesn't work out quite right and you have to just peel off at the end. Pull that back down again. It's easier to cut when it's on the outside. Now it's a good idea when you're using a box cutter to only have enough blade out to cut with. The more blade you have out, the more likely it is to break for you. So just a little bit out because that's all I need to cut. Now that I've cut out my circle, I'm going to fit my pencil, and we're going to push that through the hole to the other side, and find our X on the other side, which we've also cut a hole, and push it through. And that gives us a little landing that if the bird stands on it, it won't go anywhere because it's fixed on both sides. You can glue that in place if you like, but it should actually stay there just on its own. Now the last step that we have is to put some string. So we want to mark a couple of little holes here, make sure they're on opposite sides, and that we're happy that they're even. So you can see I've got them on opposite sides. And then just like the pencil, we're going to cut a couple of little holes there. Now you may actually find it easier to put your string through actually using your pencil as a guide. So I've got a spare pencil here, and if I wrap the string around the pointy end of the pencil a couple of times and hold that nice and tight, I'll be able to push the pencil and the string through, and as long as I keep the tension on that, I'll be able to push it out the other side with the string still attached before I pull the pencil out of the way. Now my bottle's lost a bit of its shape from that pushing, so I'll just push it back into a nice shape. And then I can just tie my string up. I'm just going to use a double overhand knot. Tuck through. That gives us our string to hang, our perch for our bird, and a space for them to reach in with their head and nibble on some birdseed. So all that's left now is to pour some birdseed in here and go and hang it up in a tree outside.